everyone. Welcome to the Houston Millennial Podcast. You are watching another episode of Millennial Mondays. I am your host, Jill Valentine.
And I'm Ivan Sanchez, president of Houston Millennials, your co-host for Millennial Mondays podcast.
We are super excited about today's special guest,
Miss Milan Mathew. She is a real social media influencer. They don't like to be called influencers. The real influencers are like to be called creators, correct?
Correct. Thank you.
Milan, give us a quick introduction of yourself, 10-second elevator pitch for the audience.
Well, hello there. My name is Milan Mathew. I'm a South Indian makeup, fashion, everything in between content creator. And yeah.
With almost 1 million TikTok followers and 100,000 IG followers. Wow, that is big numbers. Congratulations. It's such a pleasure to have a fellow Coug here at the Houston Millennial Podcast. We were also a fellow AAF member. So now Houston Millennials it's a pleasure to have you here. You are doing big things, and I'm so proud. I am very, very
Give
proud.
her a round of applause right there.
Thank you
Woo!
guys. Thank
But
you.
yes, Milan, we are live from this beautiful, beautiful office space building called GalaWorks, located in River Oaks. Come with me to check out their commercial.
Dream with us. Office with Houston Millennials and GalaWorks for a place to hold a team meeting or a conference. Join a community of passionate young entrepreneurs in prime office space located at River Oaks and Galleria. Our co-working space is available for rent through memberships.
So this is GalaWorks, which is shared office space for young professionals located in River Oaks and the Galleria. It's an amazing space. There's more than 350 cubicles and shared office space. So if you like a spot, come network with us, come dream with us, and come office with us. But if you have any comments, by the way, for any of us or our special guest, Ms. Milan Mathew, without an
Yes.
S, she made that an emphasis. Please comment down below. We get them here and we can ask her or anything during the broadcast. So we are Houston Millennials. Houston Millennials is a nationally awarded organization that promotes and advances millennials into positions of power in the private, public, and nonprofit sectors. Now, that seemed very vague, but how we do this, we do this through 7 standing committees that represent the most important aspects of a person's life, or in this case, a millennial's life. Those committees is networking, women's, health and fitness, business, politics, and community service. And through those 7 standing committees, we have 36 annual events, over 9,100 members, and 4 levels of membership. How about that?
Yeah, events like this one, guys.
Welcome to Millennials Professional Networking After Dark. The first ever Halloween themed networking. I'm just kidding, guys. This is professional networking for Houston Millennials. We no longer have to hide. We are the future. We are the now. See you all at the very top.
That was such a cool event, Ivan. You were Donald Trump. Oh my God. What are you going to do this year?
Well, this coming the 28th, so next Friday, we have the regular Millennials After Dark professional networking, but it's actually a special edition of professional networking, which is $1,000 costume contest. Milan.
Wow.
And so last year, oh my God,
That was so much fun.
yeah, I was Donald Trump last year, and it was the greatest costume ever.
Oh my gosh.
Who won the $1,000 contest back that year?
It was the Invisible Cowboy.
Oh my God.
And you know, out of it was about almost 900 people in the Hilton rooftop last year. So it was attended very well by millennials, and the Invisible Cowboy was actually a boomer behind the
What?
invisible suit.
Oh man.
But this year we're gonna claim it back, and we're back at the Hilton rooftop for October the 28th. We moved it to Friday because last time it was so packed. We needed a little bit more time, and we think for this special event it would fit better for Friday.
Mhm.
So if you need any more information on how to get your tickets for Friday the 28th, go to HoustonMillennials.com or for memberships as well.
Yes, get your tickets right now. But like everybody knows, we have a very special guest today, the one and only Milan Mathew. And we like to put all of our guests on the spot
Oh
with
my
a
gosh.
series of a lightning round
I'm
questions.
scared.
So Milan, are you ready to play this game? Can you tell her the rules, please?
So you have about, we're going to ask you 10 questions,
Okay.
and it's called the lightning round, right? So it's not like super thoughtful 10-minute answers. You're just going to go whatever
got
you're
5
thinking
seconds.
first and just boom,
Okay,
you
okay.
answer it.
Whew.
So let's
Okay.
get her the, what is it, an icebreaker, and let's see.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Like to go to dinner with, dead or alive? Okay.
All right, all right. How big would you dream if you knew you could not fail?
Big.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. Come on, don't be shy. You want to be president of the United States? You want to be on the cover of Time magazine, or?
I want to be known by everyone. And for good reason.
Oh, nice. Okay, so cake or pie?
Cake all the way.
Nice.
What is the one thing in life that you've regretted thus far?
Oh my gosh. That is not a quick fire question. I don't know.
We need a whole episode for that
maybe,
one.
Maybe like being too shy.
Okay, that's a good
You
one.
can start right now by breaking it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if you were invisible, who would you spy on?
Ooh,
That's a good one.
probably my little sister. She's always up to no good.
Oh man, okay.
What is the main difference between a millennial and a Gen Z?
Oh my gosh. Well, no offense, Houston Millennials.
Excuse me, we're gonna debate this later, all right?
Well, first off, Ivan thinks I'm a millennial.
You
but
are a
I am a Gen Zer.
You
All right,
are.
Jill, pull up the Google.
Where's my
Okay.
gavel?
Okay, so what is the main difference? We didn't
Oh.
answer the
Well,
question.
Gen Z is just cool.
Okay. Okay, number 7. Who has it easier, men or women?
Oh, girl, women all the way.
Ooh, all right. Okay, I like
Oh wait,
this.
easier? No, men all the way. no. I would like to clarify. Men have it easier.
Okay.
All right, Milan, do you believe in aliens? Yes.
Okay. So this one question is, if you could ask God one question, what would it be?
I would ask, where am I going next?
Oh,
Nice.
awesome. Thank
Oh.
you so much, Milan.
There we
Was
go.
That was
The last question. Was that 10 already? No, I think that was 9. All right, one more question. What is the last song you downloaded?
Probably that song from 10 Things I Hate About You. That one. Yeah, that one. I don't know the name.
we kept adding questions, so I don't know if that was 10 or more, but thank you
It's
so much,
okay.
Milan, for participating. So we want to thank our number one sponsor.
Mr. Gilbert Garcia with Garcia Hamilton and Associates.
This is Gilbert Andrew Garcia of A Tip from Gilbert. Talk, inspiration, and prayer every Monday from 11 to 12. And I just want to say, Houston Millennials, you rock.
And we are back already, and we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of this interview. How about that, Jill?
Yes, I am so ready. It's such a pleasure to have such a beautiful lady here
Aw.
today.
Successful.
But we
Extremely
are
successful.
we are kind of debating in something. We started this podcast with a little argument. That's right, between these two.
By the way, if you want to comment or ask any questions to Milan, to Jill or myself, comment down below and we get them here and we'll bring you up and we'll answer your questions.
Yes. So the argument was, you want to tell them what you guys are arguing about?
So we are arguing right now. We were arguing before the podcast, kind of like what is a millennial and if she was a millennial. This young lady, this young millennial here, really thinks she's a very
young
old.
Gen Zer.
You think you're the oldest Gen Z, right?
No.
So from my understanding, millennials are from 85 all the way to 2000,
Yeah.
right? That's why we're called millennials. We don't stop in 1995 or 98 or
Okay.
99. We stop at
Are you with
2000.
Google then?
Yeah,
okay.
Google says that she is right, actually, that
Thank
Milan
you.
is right.
I'm on the cusp, and I am a Gen Zer.
When is
So-
your birthday?
June 11,
Okay, so you're a
97.
Pisces, Aquarius?
97.
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini.
But
Oh.
97. So that would qualify her according to
Gen
the
Zer.
Houston Millennial Constitution, the United States Millennials Corporation Constitution. It would constitute her as
No.
Well,
That's-
good thing that Houston Millennials do not discriminate, and we can have
That's
any
right.
generation
Mhm.
into our organization. So
Yep.
that is great. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the Houston Millennials organization. So with that being said, how did you link up with the Houston Millennials?
I through Ivan.
it was
Okay.
because of me.
No, I met someone named Orlando.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Orlando introduced
Orlando,
me
my dad,
to
Orlando Sanchez?
Ivan.
Okay. Or you're talking about I am Orlando James.
James.
Oh, that
Yes,
dude. Yeah,
that
the other
dude.
influencer.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, how's
And
he doing?
I think he's doing pretty good.
He's still doing content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same old,
Oh,
same
okay,
old.
because the first time I heard you being associated with our organization was through a flyer for the Women's Committee.
yes.
Yeah, the Boss Girl Summer. You were
Yes.
going to be a special guest, and unfortunately, that didn't happen. But you did go and
Yes.
network with the Women's Committee.
Yeah, I think I was like confused because I didn't realize it was all one committee under Houston Millennials.
Oh, so you actually entered our sphere of influences through the Women's Committee for
Mhm.
the Boss Girl Summer
Yes.
event.
I met someone named Maha, I believe.
Maha,
Okay,
shout out to Maha.
Maha.
Someone
Yeah.
tagged her down here, and we're talking about Maha, one of
Yes.
the Women's Committee members, one of a very special member here. So you met Maha.
Yeah.
What was your role for the event?
So actually, well, even I was at this Netflix premiere, and that's where I met Maha, and she was like, "Oh, you should come to this event," and it was for Boss Girls in Heels. And
Boss
then-
Girl Summer.
Boss Girl
Boss
Summer.
Girls.
Bosses
Summer.
in Heels is in March for International Women's
Yeah.
Month.
Well, she was like, "Okay, you're doing good. You know, you do TikTok, and we would love to have you as one of the speakers or guests." I was like, "Okay, I'm down." And then Houston Rain.
How does it feel to almost have 1 million followers on TikTok?
Honestly, it feels the same.
You feel
Like I
good?
feel the same. Obviously, it feels good, but I don't know.
But are you getting like special treatment? Are you getting like more
I-
PR?
Definitely. I mean, definitely. As you grow, you get more PR, more people recognize you. It's
Because
interesting.
if you go to her social media, you can find her associated with some very famous people, like for example Selena Gomez. That is one of your main main TikToks. How did that come about?
Well, Selena Gomez has this beauty brand, Rare Beauty,
Mhm.
and they are much more than a beauty brand. They care about your mental health and
Oh,
everything.
that's awesome.
And they had flown me out in April for a brand trip.
Mhm.
And she surprised them or surprised us by coming down. And she was so sweet and kind. And she made
Wow.
videos with us. And yeah, one of those videos ended up going viral. But
Oh
they're
my
such a sweet
God.
brand. I love them.
Oh my God! So she was really nice.
Yeah, of
Oh, that's
course.
awesome.
Sweetheart.
What's the name of the brand again?
Rare Beauty.
Rare Beauty.
Rare
okay.
Beauty. Shout out to Rare Beauty. And it's so interesting, all you TikTokers,
Oh,
all you TikTokers and Gen Zers, which she's a millennial, but she
No.
still doesn't understand.
don't even get me started.
But just like that guy we're talking about, Orlando James, very good friend of mine, by the way. But he had a very particular story on how he got in. And you know, millennials, just like Zers, a lot of our generations want to become social media influencers, or like influencers call themselves nowadays, creators, right?
Mm.
What inspired you and what made you stand out different than everybody else? Because you went viral, right?
Mm.
Orlando has a story. Everybody has a
Yeah.
story.
Yes.
What was your story, and when did you decide that you're gonna do that full time?
I feel like I didn't have even time to decide it was going to be full time. It just happened during the pandemic. I before TikTok, I was a full time mobile app designer. So I
Mm.
designed apps and stuff. And
Oh,
I would
wow.
yeah, so I would do like fitness and modeling content on my Instagram. That was very small, you know? And then TikTok came around. I was like, let me just, see
Play around
see
with
what's
this.
up, and just I would only post like one video a day. And within like a month or two, one of my videos went real viral. I think got like 15 million.
Jeez.
And then from then, just everywhere, it just happened, and then every video would pretty much go viral.
After the first one.
Yeah, after the first one, it was just like a waterfall effect. And I feel like what was different was that me being South Indian, there's not many South Indian, especially Malayali, creators. So I think people were just like, oh my gosh, a Malayali girl finally. And then that I created this trend, which was basically like a transition where you transition from normal clothes to cultural clothes. And at that point, no one was really showing their culture. And so then it started with the Indian community, then it went to the Hispanic community, then the African community. And so it was just this like worldwide thing everywhere. And then TikTok picked it up, and I ended up being on an NBA commercial.
Oh wow.
All within a few months of just posting a video, you know?
So you're a trendsetter.
You know, some may call me that.
Wow. And you started this from scratch. You know, it's very similar stories to OJ Juice, which is Orlando James.
Yeah, which one was the video, the TikTok that made you go viral?
Yeah,
it was that one, the transition ones. I seen those. I really, really love it. Another question that I have is, how did you manage to escape the strict stigma associated with your culture?
The stigma. That's a good question. I feel like I've always done things out of the box growing up, you know, being Indian. They're like, okay, you got to be a doctor, engineer, lawyer, nothing else, you know? And I was like, I don't know. I've been creative. Like, I think I'm going to do the graphic design route. And then my parents supported me. At least my parents supported me, but the community was definitely like, oh, she's going to be a loser. Like, she's doing art. She's not making money. But then when I became a mobile designer, like that was still a good job for me. And then I don't know. I'm just always creating. And then I feel like life happens, and then it just it just all falls into place.
We have her TikTok, IG, and YouTube handles here is at Milan Mathew. If you want to go check her out. And I see that you're extremely creative.
Yes.
Like that. When I met her before, I knew her through her Instagram before I knew her. And she has one of the funniest TikTok or Instagrams is this. She dressed up as a cow, as this huge inflatable cow, right? It's like really funny. And she sings like, bitch, I'm a cow, bitch, I'm a cow, right? And I started singing that in my head for like a couple of days. And when I met you, I actually came up to you and said exact same words. And you were like, what? What is he talking about? But this creativity for people that, and I see Houston Millennials we hosted this event called a social media influencer workshop, where we brought 5 influencers in to talk about, hey, guidelines or help and how to actually start it. A lot of people said be yourself, but you're extremely creative. So for something like this, how do you come up with these things? Is it just inspiration day by day? You're just being yourself. You're really, how do you come up with this?
I'm definitely 100% being myself. One thing about this field is, if you're not yourself, it's going to be much harder for you, and you're not going to last, in my opinion. The truth will always come out. And I don't know, audios like inspire me. And that video, so it's a song by Doja Cat. And I love Doja Cat. Yeah. She's silly. And I was like, you know what? I like inflatable costumes. Amazon, order it right now. And then my family friend owns a farm where they had a cow. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just pull up with the cow, collab with the cow. And call it a day.
Collab with the cow.
Oh, yeah. That was my co-star that day.
Yeah, I saw the video today. It's like, I'm not a cat. I don't meow.
But I know you get a lot of love from a lot of people, especially from girls from your culture, you know, because you do influence them, and you kind of are the face, you know, of their culture. But do you get any backlash sometimes?
Yeah, I do. And it's a very interesting backlash that I don't think many people outside my culture can relate to. So basically, I'll get comments saying, oh, you're an NRI. Oh, thank you. My hair was in my face. I'll get comments saying you're an NRI, specifically on Instagram. And that means non-residential Indian. So there's a divide between people in India and then Indian people in America, because sometimes when you post cultural things, they're like, you're not a real Indian because you're not in India, you know?
Oh,
okay.
So they're like, oh, you need to be born in India to
That's very
things.
interesting.
It's not interesting. Yeah. It doesn't hurt me because I'm like, oh, bro, you can take my blood test. I'm 100% Indian.
That's the same thing. I'm Colombian. I was born in Colombia, raised in Miami, and matured in Houston. But it's funny because Colombian culture, they call me the whitewashed Colombian.
Oh man!
And it's every time they're like judging my accent, and I talk, I guess, very Mexican now, which I don't know what that means. I'm just like, ¿Qué onda? And so, regardless, that's very interesting. That's not only your culture, and you're handling it pretty well. You're actually that's your forte.
Mhm.
And another thing that I really stood out, you have amazing, amazing videos, makeup videos, fashion videos, but the most video that touched my heart, that
Mhm.
really gave me chills. Oh man, it was the one with you and your mom.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say it.
Yes, I love the connection between you and your mom. And how do you feel being able to like fly her out to these other cities and watch her,
Oh,
you know,
man.
what have her watch you grow?
Yeah. So that's been definitely one of my favorite parts about being a creator, that I'm
Mhm.
able to give back to my mom.
Yes.
And
Beautiful.
she came here to America, the American dream, and I feel like she succeeded in that I'm able to give back to her. And like that, so basically a brand, Tarte makeup, flew us out for a brand deal, just us two, mother-daughter trip, and I
Oh,
don't know,
wow.
it was just amazing.
It
And
was
then
for Mother's Day?
it was for Mother's Day.
Oh, nice.
And because they had seen my mom and I's relationship, and she's very emotional and caring, and they're like, we just want to treat you. And I'm like, okay, bet. And I don't know, editing that video, I was crying so much. Like every clip of my mom, like there's just so many memories, and seeing her life and like where she is now, it's like amazing.
How does she feel? What does she say?
She just cries.
She cries.
A woman of less words, more
Okay.
tears, but yeah,
Okay.
happy tears, happy tears.
Cool.
I haven't seen that video specifically, so tell us what it was. It was was it for Mother's Day? What was it?
Yeah.
I lost my mother a long time ago,
Mhm.
some 18 years ago. So it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, when I see other people cherishing their, especially young people, because we
Yeah.
think everybody's gonna live forever, but I love to see those type of connections. What was the video about?
So basically, the brand had reached out to me saying we wanted to fly you and your mom out, and all paid expense trip, just take us out to New York, right? And so I was like, okay, let me tell my mom, and I recorded her reaction on FaceTime. And then the minute I said, like, she started like crying, and then I think those words are just powerful because, like you shared, like how we also lost I lost my dad, and she lost her husband 4 years
Oh.
ago. 4 years ago last month.
Sorry to hear
And
that.
it's okay. And then, so, she's been dealing with a lot. So being able to like give back to her while she's like holding on and being so strong, was just amazing. And then I think I had like a collage of like what she's been through, and then like regressing our like childhood photos where it's me, my mom, and my sister. I don't know. It's just, you guys have to check it out.
Yes,
I
everybody
can't
go check it out.
describe it.
And I'm sorry, were you born here or out in
No.
India?
So I was born in a country called Oman, which is in the Middle East. And then that's where my parents were for a few years. And then we moved to North Carolina when I was 9.
Oh wow! So you
Yeah.
were brought here through no fault of your own as well.
Hmm.
So you're like are you a dreamer?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at what I do. You have to be a
Yes.
dreamer.
Very
Yes.
nice, very nice. Very similar stories as well. Climbed up. My family out in Colombia was very. We were well off at that time. That's when Pablo Escobar stuff. They kidnapped my dad 4 times. They blew up my mother's office because she was a prosecuting attorney,
Wow.
and we came here with absolutely zero. They promised me I was gonna see Mickey Mouse, and we came here in a shack. And I was like, "What is going on here? Where's that damn rat? I mean, that mouse
They
at?" Like,
catfished you.
right? How was Do you have similar stories like that, or when you came over here, you're actually well
Um,
off?
No. My parents, so huge families on both sides, okay? My mom's side, 11 siblings, one house. My dad's side, 14 siblings.
Jesus.
And extremely poor. We're from the villages. Like, we grew, like, whenever I would visit from Oman to India, like, we would have, you don't have bowls, you use like coconuts like as the
Oh.
plates, and then you would cut up like leaves into little spoons, and like that's how we ate food. And like food was just like rice pretty much.
Yep.
Very-
Rice and beans over here for our culture.
Oh yeah, and then in America, it was just me, my mom, and my sister, and my dad. And out of their families, we're the only ones in America. So we're the only ones who've been here, and they came from that, and they support their families back home. So like seeing that, and then being able to kind of continue like the cycle and help them, like I don't, it's like amazing.
Yeah.
So, are you making a good living out of being a content creator?
Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing. Just kidding. No, I would still be doing it. I would still be doing it because I love making videos. But no, definitely, I'm blessed to say, things have been going great.
No, and I'm asking because I want to know, how does it work? How do
Oh,
you
yeah.
monetize from your social media content?
Yeah. My main form of income is definitely brand deals.
Okay.
So I do beauty and fashion. So a lot of makeup brand deals, fashion brand deals. I will say beauty makes more money than fashion.
Okay.
But I mean, I enjoy
Okay,
doing
so
makeup.
if I have a clothing brand and I want you to be a brand ambassador, how much would that cost me?
Oh my gosh, putting my rates out there.
No. If it's private, it's fine. But
No,
yeah.
So I mean, everyone has different rates.
Mhm.
I'll give you a little sneak peek for TikTok. My rates currently it's 15K for a video.
Woo!
Minimum.
Nice.
Minimum.
Nice. That's
Very nice.
awesome.
What is you're hella inspirational in the sense of I believe that this social media creators industry is a totally new industry that has been untapped by any generation before us, right? Even Generation X or the baby boomers or whatnot. Because it's like when I went to California and I was invited into this social media influencer party, and it opened up my eyes because it was just like hundreds of really in their own spheres really famous individuals, but they were banking, and it dawned on me, this is like the new gas and oil. As you know,
Oh,
information
wow.
has passed gas and oil, so it's extremely well off on that. But what is next for Milan Matthew? I mean, you are uh, truly, and I know you influencers don't like to be called influencers, creators, but what is, since you are influencing hundreds of thousands of young folks, and not only young folks, millennials as well, in which we're not so young anymore, right? We're 25 to 42, except she does not want to be
It's
in that 20.
26 to 42.
That's smart.
But you're doing so much. So what's next?
What's next? Well, I have a lot of goals and long-term plans. Definitely working on a clothing brand. So, but
Nice.
I wouldn't say it's dropping very soon because I want to kind of, perfect all the little details. Hopefully a makeup brand in the future.
yes.
Definitely makeup brand.
I definitely see that.
And of course, with the fashion brand, I would want to incorporate my culture in there. So,
Mhm.
Very nice.
fusion, and then open it up to like all cultures, not just like Indian people.
Yeah.
So everyone can celebrate together. And
Keeping that unique style.
yeah, unique style. Everyone has their own style. And if I could help it with my brand, that's what's up.
So how can you make Houston Millennials viral? No, I'm just kidding.
Buy a cow costume.
Buy a
Buy a cow
costume.
costume and go up there and say, I'm not a cat. I don't meow.
I received a question. People want to know.
What do they want to know?
They want to know if you are single.
Oh my
Milan
gosh.
Jesus,
Matthew.
who asked that?
Who asked
No,
that?
it's probably. Oh, never
It
mind.
says
I won't comment
Facebook
on
user. We can't see. We can't see. It says Facebook user.
I am currently single. You don't need to rub
Woo!
it in.
Oh man.
Single and focused.
That is right. That's
Awesome.
right.
That's right.
You are a very focused young lady. I see you
ma'am.
doing very, very big things. I am so inspired by you. But can you tell other little girls out there that want to fall into your footsteps, what can they do, or do you have any advice for them?
Yeah. I mean, first off, you have to be your own best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
And
That's
you're-
a good one.
Ooh,
You have
that's
to
a
be your
powerful one.
biggest supporter. You can't wait for someone else to support you. You should have zero supporters and still want to do what you do, So just go for it and don't take it day by day. Don't have to think 5 years, 1 year. Just take it day by day, even hour by hour if it's that hard, but you got this.
Sometimes I know even family can be the people that are kind of shying away. Well, I've been blessed with very, I guess, beautiful brothers and support system, but I've recently heard of a lot of people say, "Hey, if we're talking about the haters out in the world and they just want to fit into this situation, and when they fit in, they don't stand out, right?" So I know that's one of the advices that you're saying: be yourself and
Oh,
just
yeah.
go get it. And so that's very neat, giving that advice for people. What was the first thing you said?
Be your own best friend.
Be your own best friend.
I'm
To
truly
be honest,
believer.
it took me a little while to actually love thyself. Understand that you're a unique individual, and like I said earlier, why blend in when you were born to stand out? So that's what you're doing nowadays, and we commend you on that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Have you ever thought about acting or doing music?
Oh yeah. I've took a little stroll down the acting lane, and
Ooh.
I've decided it is not for me.
Really?
Oh, definitely no. I am not an actress unless you need me to be like a background person, look cute. I'll do that.
Do you have a favorite makeup brand?
Makeup. Oh, currently Rare Beauty.
Oh, I know. Rare Beauty is amazing. Actually, I had a makeup artist done my makeup today. Shout out to Carolina Ortiz. She's always comes and glams me up, so I really appreciate her.
Yeah, shout out to Carolina Ortiz with Smart Insurance. She was one of the sponsors for last event. So if you need insurance, please get with Carolina
Woo!
Ortiz. She's a member, a shining member for Houston Millennials. But we have another comment on Facebook. Everybody's watching out there. Make sure that you comment to ask her questions. And so this is a kind of basic question, but they're asking, and maybe you should expand that it's not only about hashtags, but it
Oh,
says, what are some hashtags you love that may help someone doing content?
okay. This
Is it about hashtags, first of all?
It can be, but I don't know. Right now, the algorithm is very random. I've seen
Mm.
videos with no tags go viral, videos with tags go viral. I say just experiment. Don't like stick to one thing. Do some with no tags and one with 4 tags, one with 10 tags. But on Instagram, just don't do the 30 tag.
Oh,
Just do a few in there.
whoops.
Oh, yeah, right.
You're trying to go viral over here,
Just
girl.
do 4. Just do 4 as a starter and then go from there.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's what's picking up. And this thing with the algorithms is it's ever changing. It
It's
just
always
keeps.
changing. You got to It keeps you on your toes, but it's kind of good so you don't get comfortable.
So they say the pictures are dead on Instagram, right?
Mm.
I took some very good photos though.
Make it into a reel.
Oh, that one reel is like Instagram wants you to do reels now,
Yeah.
but here's the picture as a reel. Oh, that's pretty rebellious about that. Do you have another question? Since I'm looking here for another comment, madam.
Well, they're doing a lot of tags. They're tagging a lot of your TikToks.
Oh
I wish
my
I could see
gosh.
which TikToks they are actually tagging.
Oh, we're gonna actually play one of her
Oh.
TikToks.
Oh, we're gonna
Oh,
play one of her
no.
TikToks at the
Uh,
end. Awesome.
Why am I getting shy?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of activity. A lot of people are watching our show. So shout out to everybody watching. Thank you so much for listening to our weekly podcast every Monday. We made a few changes. Now our podcast is at 1 p.m. instead of noon because we accommodated our schedule for our beautiful, beautiful co-host Ivan Sanchez, the one and only president of Houston Millennials.
let's ask Milan one more tiny little questions. You've gone to our networking events, and I remember Orlando James said you were a little shy at first, but he's making you come out to some of the events. What was some of your experience at our massive networking events?
Wow. How do I start? It's definitely not what I expected.
Okay.
It's a good time.
Yes.
It's a good time. It's a lot of people. It's a good time meeting so many people. And I don't know. It's fun. It's not like sometimes you think networking like, oh, boohoo.
Sweaty
boring.
suits and
Yeah.
people
It's
just
not
looking
like
for
that.
business
It's
cards.
fun.
And exactly, ding, 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 ding. That's why we kind of, how I introduced as saying like how we started Houston Millennials of getting, all these hands that I was introducing myself and people didn't want to interact. So we started this new group and we reinvented networking. So it's no more sweaty suits and just business cards or whatnot, but it's a vibrant, younger crowd that comes out
For
and, like we
sure.
say, shake hands and kiss babies. And so we're very happy for you to come out there because you have fans as well. But your network equals your net worth. And even though you have a huge network out in virtually, it's very good to meet people. So tell us, what are some of the cool, I guess, people that you've met around in our organization?
Hmm, I've met all kinds of people. There's people who do like anywhere from medical field to fitness fields to creative, even like audio industry. I don't know. It's like people I wouldn't really have met just online because I kind of keep to myself. So it's like good that I go to these events and then I'm seeing people from everywhere.
Nice. So thank you, everybody. I don't know if you want to close this out, Madam Jill.
Well, we actually have a gift for our special guest.
Yes, we do.
So
Oh
where
my
is our
gosh.
producer? Because give we want to give you this very special shirt.
Oh, it's a tank top.
Yes, the tank
It's a Houston Millennials tank top.
that says "See you" at the top. Because
Aw.
Milan, I know that you
Back
will
to-
do amazing,
Ooh.
amazing things. I know that you're already successful, but I know you're gonna be
Thank you so
way
much.
more successful.
I'm gonna wear this to the next event.
Yay! Thank
See you
so
at the
much.
top means because we all want to climb to the very top. If
Yes.
it's either in politics, in beauty, in the public sector, in the private sector, this organization is really here to lift each other up. And even if you're that type of millennial that's looking out for a job, that is unguided, come out and mix with us. That's all it takes. You need to get out of your comfort zone in order to grow. Come out here. Again, we have a program to get people a resume workshop as well. We have job fairs here. If you're
Mhm.
looking for a little guidance, just come in here, talk to us. We're very accessible. Yes, I'm wearing a suit most of the time, but we're very accessible and kind to everybody. So come out here. Thank you so very much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Milan, for being here
Thank you for
today. I know
having
you have a
me.
very busy schedule, but thank you for having come into our beautiful office, GalaWorks.
If you ever want to become a sponsor or see next event for Houston Millennials, go to HoustonMillennials.com. Again, our next event, Millennials After Dark Professional Networking Special Edition, $1,000 costume contest,
Yes.
will be next Friday at the Hilton rooftop. You don't even need to put it on your GPS because there'll be two huge skylights pointing up where you know our event will happen.
That's right, guys. I can't wait to see you guys there. I'm super excited for the $1,000 contest. It's going to be Friday, October 28th.
Yes, ma'am. We'll see you at the very top, and we'll leave you with this last video of our last event. Thank you all for joining us.
Everybody say millennial on three. 1, 2, 3. You're very hard work.